What's up guys, Cameron here, and we have some new tech, which is extremely odd this time of year. So usually we have the OnePlus around this time, a new LG phone, but we got something from Google, and we have the Pixel 3a, in this case the Pixel 3a XL, and I have some thoughts about it. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Conclusion first. This is a flagship phone for $399. I'm going to say that right from the get-go. Usually what budget maker manufacturers what they do is they typically give you a up-to-date chipset, more RAM, but then you lose on the screen side of it, the display, and the camera. And Google went completely 180 and did things the opposite way. They put the same camera in the Pixel 3 in the Pixel 3a, and they did put a lower resolution display at a 1080p, but this is a Samsung 1080p OLED display, and if you know anything about Samsung displays, they're absolutely amazing. Some of the 1080p displays from Samsung out there that are OLED are better than the 1440p from other manufacturers, just like LG. So this is a great compromise, and I don't know what to say. I'm shocked. I wish that this came out a few months ago because they would have sold a lot of them. But let's go ahead and get right down to it. You have a Snapdragon 678 here, which isn't the best chipset, but in the Pixel 3, you have last year's Snapdragon 845 anyway. You still have the same 4 gigabytes of RAM. You have a 1080p Samsung display that is also OLED. You do have a plastic build, but it looks just like the Pixel 3. You have the shiny plastic on the top, you have the painted matte plastic here on the bottom, you have a USB Type-C port, which it comes with the 18 watt fast charger in the box. You have your volume rocker and your power button on the right side. The only thing on the left side is the SIM ejection tool. You have no notch, and this is a smart move by Google because they heard everyone make fun of the ugly ass notch that was on the Pixel 3 XL. That thing just looked like a face. You do lose the wide angle selfie cam on the front of this though, but I didn't really use it that much anyway. But when you in the software settings, if you did black out the notch with software, the bezels were just like this at the end anyway, because there's a big old fat chin at the bottom. So I like this move. You do get stereo speakers. They're not front facing like they are on the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL, but you have the bottom firing speaker right here, and then you do have the earpiece which sound comes through, and it doesn't sound too bad. The biggest thing with this phone is that you get the same camera as in the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL, and this is the best camera on the market right now. You do get night mode, you have the best portrait mode in the game, you just have the best overall camera experience. You could shoot JPEG and RAW at the same time, back it up with Google Photos, you're all set to go. My next video that I'm going to have is that how to get out of Apple's ecosystem in case you want to test the waters. I think a lot of times when people want to switch platforms, they see some things on Android, they're like, wow, my iPhone can't do that. It's hard to switch because when you switch to something like a Samsung S10 Plus, something along those lines, you're spending $1,000 to $1,200 on something and you can't justify the cost. So you're like, well, I spent all this money on this Android device and it doesn't have iMessage or iCloud or AirDrop, and it's just not worth it for me. Well, if you go to the Pixel 3a, you're only going to spend $399, in this case $479 for the Pixel 3a XL, and you can test the waters a little bit without breaking the wallet. And this is you're not giving up much, and you're going to get the same experience that you do with the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL. You have the same 4 gigabytes of RAM. Now the Snapdragon 670 versus the 845, obviously that's a big difference in performance, but Google's software, having stock Android, which I hold very dear to my heart, the experience, I gotta tell you, has been almost exactly the same. Maybe Instagram doesn't load up a split second faster. Facebook, a Snapchat, maybe just not a split second faster. But remember, with the Pixel lineup, you're not getting that lower res picture or video quality when you're uploading to Instagram or Facebook or something along those lines. Social media on this is just like the iPhone, which I absolutely love, which you won't get on any other Android smartphone. So I really like this device. I think you guys should really give it a try. Inside the box, all you get is an 18-watt power brick and the USB Type-C to Type-C cable. And you get a data transfer adapter, which is USB-A to Type-C. So that's all you get inside the box. And again, $399, 64 gigabytes of storage. There is no 128 gigabyte option, which I wish that there was. And then the Pixel 3 XL is for $479. Now this thing is going to drop down in price even more, I assume, by other stores like Best Buy or even Google.com itself. The main reason why this device came out is because the Pixel 3 was not selling. And the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL, for 128 gigabytes of storage with the Pixel 3 XL, you're spending $1,000 with tax. That is a lot of money. And with the Pixel 3a, you're not sacrificing that much. So what are you sacrificing with the Pixel 3a or with the Pixel 3 XL? So a faster processor, obviously, but again, the experience is just as fast. You have the same fingerprint scanner on the back that is absolutely fast, just the same one. You get the same camera on the back. You don't have glass, which means that you don't have wireless charging on the Pixel 3a, but you have to ask yourself, does that really matter? Because the Pixel 3 XL only had fast wireless charging on the Pixel stand, so that was another $80 that you had to spend on top of that just to get fast wireless charging. Otherwise, you get 5-watt wireless charging, which is so slow I ended up plugging in my Pixel 3 XL anyway. You have, the difference is in the resolution of the display, but this display is so good from Samsung that I didn't recognize the difference anyway. The Pixel 3 XL, the brightness wasn't all that great out in the sun anyway, so the trade-off right there, I 100% support. You don't get the wide-angle front-facing selfie, which if you're a selfie king or queen, I mean, I guess that could be important to you, but I haven't noticed a need for it. And the front-facing firing speakers, but you get stereo speakers here too. So the trade-offs are really worth it for half the cost. The Pixel 3 costs $799 for 64 gigabytes of storage. Pixel 3a costs $399. So you have to ask yourself, is it really worth justifying those extra $400, $500 for almost the same smartphone? So I actually took my SIM card out of my iPhone XS Max and put it in the Pixel 3a, and I think I want to stay with this for a little while longer. I know in my last video I was talking about how great iMessage is and iCloud and all stuff like that, but on my next video I'm going to show you guys how to move from Apple to Android, get out of Apple's ecosystem, because I think it's kind of unfair that Apple kind of sucks you in and they create this service which is absolutely amazing with iCloud and iMessage, but then they raise the cost for all of their products so high that they know that you're not going to leave, and so you're forced to purchase those other devices. Smartphones only, and I say forced because smartphones only last so long. They're only meant to last 2 to 3 years. So if you have an iPhone 6 Plus or an iPhone 7, right now you're looking to upgrade because that phone, either the battery's dying or something else where the screen burn-in or whatever the case may be, you're looking to upgrade. And your options right now are either the iPhone XR, which is overpriced anyway, or the iPhone XS, which is over $1,000. And Apple knows that you're going to pay that because you're sucked into their ecosystem. If you break out of their ecosystem, yes, you're going to miss iMessage, and I miss iMessage right now as we speak, but you can save yourself almost $1,000 by not buying the XS and XS Max and getting an awesome experience from Google, getting the best camera in the game. This $399 camera is better than the iPhone camera. So yeah, this is a real winner. I really hope that you guys try the Pixel 3a. It's definitely worth it, the best camera in the game. That's all I have for you guys. Next video, how to break out of Apple's ecosystem. I'll see you guys next time.